Now we have a tale to talk about today. Now Mariah, she's 26. She lives in Kansas City. She decides that she's going to lay her baby down and the baby's going to take a nap. But somehow she mistakes the oven for the crib. Yes, let me say that again. She goes to lay the baby down and places the baby in the oven and says that she thought that she laid the baby down in the crib. Now, I know the first thing that everybody's thinking, how in the right mind, how in the everything could somebody possibly think that placing a baby in the oven was possibly the crib? But this is her story and she's sticking with it, okay? So the baby is 1 month old. The baby is just a fresh new baby. The mother goes and lays the baby down, places it in the oven. Police say that around 1:30 p.m. a phone call is placed to 911. Mariah lives with her parents. Her parents have returned. The grandfather goes in and notices that the baby is laying in the crib. The grandfather notices that the baby has burn marks. It was said to be that the baby was wrapped in a blanket and the blanket had burn marks and streaks. The grandfather goes to pick the baby up and see what is going on. And it is said, and I'm going to tell you that it is graphic, that the actual blanket, the pamper, and the clothing was all melted to the child, okay? So the child was actually pronounced dead on arrival when 911 came and tried to, rectify the situation. Now, the mother, okay, is saying that it could be postpartum depression, it could be a mental illness, and is now in jail. They have her in jail for child neglect that led to death of an infant or child. Right now, she's being held on a $200,000 bond. Just yesterday, they reduced it to a $100,000 bond, and it said that if she was to get out or be able to make bond, that she would be on an ankle monitoring system, that she will be recommended to have medical and psychological treatment, as well as continue to take medication. Now, I've given you all the facts, right? But let's just talk about it. What person could mistake a oven, I will say that again, as a crib? The woman in the, picture up here, the mug shot, she was tested for drugs and everything else, and she was completely cleared. She had nothing in her system, so it has to be something mental, is what we all say. Was it something that was mental, or was it something that she meant to do? Was this an act? And we all hope, right, that no one is this cruel. And this is something that the court is trying to figure out. Was it a mistake? Was it a mental lapse? Was it a lapse in judgment? Was it premeditated? Was it something that she wanted to do? I mean, come on, let me just say this as a person on the outside looking in. The oven is actually preheated, or either the oven was off, you place the baby in and you turn the oven on, because the baby passed from severe burn and inhalation, okay, of smoke and debris. So therefore, what did you think, that this was just some hot crib? I mean, that's what we would all think, right? We also say, okay, the baby is 1 month old. Is it possible that she could have had some kind of mental break? Is there something going on? Does she possibly have postpartum since the birth is so fresh? These are all questions that the court is trying to figure out. And I will tell you, it's something in my mind that I can't even figure out. Also, she lived with her parents. Her parents said that she was a great mother. She's posted all different kind of pictures on social media of her and the baby. The parents leave to go run an errand and come back to this. So everyone in the situation seems to be shocked. The girl's parents have been standing by her side and have been at every court hearing. They're the ones who asked for the bond reduction, along with the lawyer that her parents did hire for her. So I will say this, obviously something went wrong. We don't know what, but we will find out, because we will continue to follow the case. Every hearing we'll talk about, and we'll just see how this goes. But I tell you, everybody, hold on to your seat, because this is going to be a long road.